Hey traders, this is Sia, and today really is another segment of really me doing live trading with you guys with actually binary options. And I'm gonna actually just start things off with pretty much reviewing my actual trades. Okay, from previous days. All right, so pretty much we have been on from yesterday's trade executions that I have actually took. And from, if you're looking at it from yesterday's trades, I took a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades, 2 of them which actually lost. So it's a pretty good a win rate for actual binary options. All right, and another thing to also remember as well, with actual binary options, when I actually look at it from the time of me, exploring this world of binary options, it's important to actually follow a proper trade plan, as well as money management rules in place for your actual self. So the actual practice account stands at 3,730, and really the goal is to really be in profit and not really blow the actual trading account. So let's see if I can pretty much execute a couple of trades. As I'm with you guys, I have maybe about 15 to about half an hour. So let's see if we can pretty much execute a few trades. So pretty much the whole gambit, or the whole system of this approach of actual trading, for me, really goes doing analysis. But analysis, in essence, isn't really done on really IQ options. So IQ options is just an execution platform for myself, and really where the bulk of really the analysis comes at is on really the MT4 platform. As you can see. So currently I'm doing a trade execution on 7, actually 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, so 8 currency pairs, all right, is where I do my analysis and my trade execution on. But trade execution is actually taken on really IQ options. So let me just take you through my pretty much my trading analysis, and then we're going to start things off by actually taking a few trades. So since this is short-term trading, the analysis is largely starting off at the 15-minute time frame, and what I'm actually looking for is really structure. So Euro USD, as you can see, we are largely bullish. So I'm going to be looking for really taking a long positions on the Euro USD. All right. So if you scale down on the 5-minute time frame, we have a bit of structure to actually pay attention to. Okay, down here we have a bit of structure. Right now we have a bit of structure as well down here. Okay, up there, right? So we have a bit of resistance. So let's see how this bullish candle actually closes, whether it will close positive or actually negative. So, but largely the trades that I'll be looking for is really long-term trades. But as we move on down to the 1 minute, we'd see if there are any trading opportunities to the downside as well. So yeah, we'll have to see. So it's all based really on really structure analysis, and really the golden key, or the golden thumb in all of this is actually following a trading plan. And my trading plan, in essence, looks at me looking at the markets, whether we're bullish or bearish or we are in consolidation. As well as the second thing I look for is really retrace, where price action retraces. So for an example, if this is my starting point, okay, we've had a high close and we had an outside return. So this outside return, this wick bar, it was a pretty much good buy signal as well. Then we had that bullish bar on the Euro USD, and then the market continued higher. So I'll be taking you through a couple of trades as well on that, on the Euro USD, as well as other currency pairs. So you can see, we are having this. Let's see how this bar actually closes, because I might take this trade, but we'll have to see on the minutes because I don't take trades on the 5. Okay, on the minute, and let's see. Okay, right. So it's actually much more interesting on the 5 because we are pretty much testing resistance. On the minute time frame as well, we have this bearish inside bar candle. All right, so we could be seeing some sell-off. And if I would be looking for really taking long positions, so for my initial starting point, all right, so I'll look at the 50% retrace zone to actually take long positions on the Euro USD and see how price action does there. So really that's where my spot I'm looking at, and I'm looking at resistance. So I'm looking for 2 things as well here. If I'm looking to actually take a short position, I'm currently watching what price action is doing in resistance, and if I'm looking for a long position, I'm looking for price action to come down to my 50%, which is almost close to really my short-term structure level down here, right? So let me just copy this. Excuse me. All right, so I'm just looking at that on the Euro USD. So let's actually move on to the Euro Yen. Let's clean up this chart. Okay, because this was my analysis last night, and I took some trades on that as well. All right, so let's actually look at the 15-minute time frame. Major structure levels are clearly major structure level and resistance. We had the 135.53 level, 53 to 49 zone, as well as we have some support level down at the 32 to pretty much 29 level. Okay, we have a bit of support right there. Really, that's where my major structure levels are. And if we go down to the 5-minute time frame, we are still in consolidation. And what we have that's actually interesting close to structure. Okay, we have this wick Euro USD on the 5, which I'd love to actually execute on once I see how that actually closes. Now, after a minute from now, okay, closes, we have indecision. So yeah, so I haven't really gotten a signal as yet. So it's just a matter of just holding on in the Euro Yen. Let's move on to the 1 minute, the actual trading time frame. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, so trading time frame. This is actually interesting. What do we actually have right now? We have some sell-off indicated with this bar. So let me just execute on that. I was looking at the Euro Yen 1 minute. Euro Yen 1 minute. Okay. I'm going to take a 5-minute trade to the downside. Let's execute and see. All right, so I have one pending trade currently, Euro Yen, 5 minutes, right? And yeah, so just as I was actually executing on that, we pretty much have another sell signal here, this red down arrow, giving me an indication that we could see sell off. But I pretty much identified that earlier on, okay, with this large wick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if I actually took that wick on the close, I would have been in the money. But the key as well to this as well, it is patience. Do your analysis, and wait for those actual signals to really give you clues in terms of which direction the actual market is going. But you really, with experience, it is possible to really do analysis and then take your discretion to pretty much executing a trade based on a solid trade plan that you do develop. And if any one of you is actually interested in such assistance in terms of a trade plan development by the options, just feel free to actually be in touch. All right. So we are starting to get some movement. So let's actually look at the Aussie USD. let's clean things up. So there's a possible trade as well here on the minute time frame, to the downside. But looking at it from media structures, it wouldn't be a trade I would take because we pretty much broke structure. Okay, so we had a low close. Yeah, we could see continued pressured move to the downside. But let's actually just look at that. All right, let me just go on to the dollar Swiss. All right, we'll just move past that trade. All right, dollar Swiss on the 15. Let's identify and see where major structure level is. Okay, so we have been selling off pretty much aggressively on the dollar Swiss. And if I was to just zoom out a little bit, so we pretty much have broken that our major structure level, which has held for quite some time, giving me an indication that we could see continued pressure to the downside. All right, so look at the 5. All right, so again on the 5, okay, the minute. So there is a possible trade opportunity here, and really what the signals are actually telling me is that there is a bullish sign. But when I take, it's important for me to actually look at structure as well. So a key level I'll be looking at is this 50% zone, right? Right, which actually comes in line with near-term structure, okay, which is down here. It really is a all right, so I'm pretty much paying attention to what's going on as well as doing analysis. So pretty much have to be quite quick. All right, so this is a level I'd be looking to actually take a short signal on the dollar Swiss. All right, and we are developing a bit of structure as well here as well. So you're going to see price action pretty much bouncing around and actually testing this level. So we could see a sell-off to this level and buying pressure up until maybe we have a breakout to the high side or continued breakout to the downside. So I'm pretty much would be on hold on that because there isn't really much structure for me to actually look into on the dollar Swiss right now. All right, let's actually look at the CAD. All right, let's look at the 15. 15, we are pretty much selling off, but the price action now is actually we are pretty much in consolidation. Euro USD going down. Euro USD, right? Okay, it's looking good. We had that buy signal. Okay, so we had a buy signal to the high side. All right, it's looking interesting. So let me just wait and see how the trade actually expires. Then I could look to actually execute on another trade. So we pretty much are still in the money, and it looks like it's going to be a winner. So again, this requires patience, irrespective of actually fast-paced trading. It really is fast-paced because, we are filtering. We are in the process of, doing analysis, then executing trades, doing analysis and executing on trade. So there's more analysis than there is actual trading, right? Okay, so we are pretty much selling off. So let's see what price action does, okay, at this near-term structure. So we pretty much blown through that 50% zone, right? So I could take a trade to the upside on the Euro USD, but let's just wait and see in terms of what price action actually does. So let's just continue the analysis. All right, so with the dollar CAD 15 minutes, we are pretty much in consolidation. A bearish channel on it. So let's see. Yeah, we have a bearish channel to the downside, right? We are continually creating low closes up until this point. So we are in consolidation. If you look at the 5 and the 1 minute, I'm sure it's going to be much more clearer. Then we have a bit of structure as well coming down here as well. Right, so we pretty much have support. So dollar CAD 5, looking at a buy setup there as well. All right, so dollar CAD. All right. Right. So short term, looking at the dollar CAD, what I'll be actually looking for, I would actually be looking to actually take a short position. And that particular short position would be in line of me taking my 50% retrace. Right. and 50% retrace zone, as well as we have a bit of structure down here as well. It really is micro, but the 50% doesn't really line up with the structure. But at that particular zone right here, I'd be looking to take a short position on the dollar CAD, but we'll see how price action does as actually time goes on. Aussie USD on the actual 15. Do we have a higher close? No, we pretty much are still in consolidation on the Aussie USD. Right. Let's look at the 5-minute time frame. All right. Okay, 5-minute time frame. This is a good sell signal candle on the 5. Right. So we had the next bar pretty much was bearish, as well as the next one, and see how that closes. But it's looking pretty favorable on the Aussie USD if you have taken that short position as well. And judging from that as well, yeah, the short positions are proving to be winners. So we'll see how that actually goes on. Because if you're looking at it, you know, you are pretty much still fighting this trend. And if, again, I wanted to actually buy this, I'd look again at the 50% retrace, looking at this zone right here. And then we have a bit of structure as well. I see the highest point and the close, right? So pretty much, yeah. All right, so it's again about looking for that high probability trade setup as well. So Aussie USD 1 minute, let's actually take a trade on that. Aussie USD, that one was a winner. Take it 5 minutes, and we are bearish. Okay, so we are. I'm taking a trade in the direction of really this bearish channel, this momentum, and then we'll see how price action does when we come to our near-term structure level. And if I were to just clone this, let's see. All right, so again, this is again fast-paced trading. You need to be pretty much on your toes. But let's just see how that plans out. So with me, my rules of engagement are if I actually take a trade, I can't really execute on another trade. So the key here is really patience. So let's do analysis on the pound USD up until that trade actually expires. All right, let's see. Let's go on the 15 minutes. All right, so pretty much on consolidation as well here. Our highest point, okay, hasn't been tested as yet, and our highest close. Let's look at the 5. We are at resistance. We have a bit of support down here, and then we have another micro level. So we had a higher close. Let's see if we can pretty much test our near-term support level down here. So again, the key thing as well for psychology on this is for you not to really butcher yourself and just look at the charts like, for example, looking at the example of Aussie USD, and then, you know, be frustrated and say, okay, now this trade is losing, now this trade is losing. At the end of the day, you know, you need to do a counting and see, based on your trading plan and your money management, okay, at which point, you know, you are satisfied and say, okay, now I'm done for the day. I'll look at the charts maybe later on. So let's see. Right. Let's continue the analysis. 2 more, right? Dollar yen. So still some time. So that trade again, you know, if you keep on staring at this, it really is mentally draining. Because the key as well, this might turn. We still have about 2 minutes before the actual trade expires. So in 2 minutes, a lot can still happen. Okay, dollar yen. Dollar yen, we are in pretty much broken structure. We have a low close. Yeah. And price action is just selling off to the downside on the yen. All right. Did I actually start at the 15? All right. So on the 15, we have structure support, lowest low, lowest close. All right. So you just have to just watch that out. And then move on to the 5. Pretty much I'll get into our near-term levels of support. Right, so nothing much there. Let's look at the New Zealand, the last currency pairs, then we pretty much can actually focus on really trade management or trade execution. It's how our trade is doing. Pretty much getting close. All right. New Zealand, let's look at the 15 minutes. We pretty much are sideways up. And let's see if I were to just clone that, copy. Yeah, so we pretty much have resistance down there on the 5. Pretty much looking to actually sell here, which is a good idea. On the 1 minute, okay, we had that buy signal. And then we have midterm structure as well down there. We have 50%, I think, level. We were at that level, all right, at that 50%. All right, so pretty much that's a good buy. New Zealand 1 minute. New Zealand 65. Cool. All right, so we'll just have to see how that trade actually pans out on the New Zealand as well. Okay, reason why I took that trade, we were at that 50% zone, but close to it. Then we had that buy signal. Yeah, New Zealand. So we just have to wait and see. Okay, we are testing resistance. Dollar yen, we had that buy signal. And New Zealand is actually selling off quite aggressively. Okay. So let's see how this trade actually goes. All right. 1 minute. Again, trading in itself, doing this type of trading, the key to all of this is really patience, as well as really formulating rules of engagement, which in the long term is going to produce a positive expectancy, right? So let's see, right? Aussie USD. I'll actually take inside, but since I'm in, I don't really have much leverage. I have to wait for the for the actual trade to expire, then pretty much take the trade. So pretty much there has been a signal on all of them. So that sell signal and selling off aggressively. Then we have the yen. We've got Swiss. We've got a buy signal. Euro yen. Ooh. and Euro USD. Okay. All right. So we are pretty much selling off aggressively on that, on the New Zealand. Let's see how many more seconds I have. I have about a minute. Let's trade. All right. Got about 45 seconds. 34. 1/2 a minute before I can pretty much do an analysis and execute again. All right. So again, the key to this really is patience, because you're not really sure in terms of, which level, price action might go. All right. So let's look at the yen. Right. So we have this huge bullish candle on the yen. On the dollar, I mean. Right. We have that as well. Yen. Swiss CAD, we're just continuing to sell off. Okay, so let's just wait and see. Dollar yen as well. New Zealand, it's spiking aggressively. Okay, dollar Swiss. Right, so should this just take this trade on the dollar Swiss? Okay, to the downside. Dollar Swiss. Dollar Swiss. Okay. And what I was looking for, an actual sell signal. 5 minutes. So let's just see how that trade pans out. Right. Let's look at the yen. Got a buy signal on the yen. And sell off as well. Most executionable trade. We'll just have to see. Let's just see. Okay. Just have to wait and see on this particular trade. All right, so pretty much binary options, they with really binary options, you're looking at really taking a trade, executing on it, and based on the direction, whether you took a call or put position. So if price action closes, let's say you took a, then you expect it to close below your actual strike price. For example, as I took pretty much a put trade or a bearish trade. So I expect the price action to be on the other end of the spectrum. As well, if you're taking a long position, you expect price action to close above that. So if it doesn't, you pretty much lose what you risk. Selling off nicely on the New Zealand. Selling off quite nicely. I can't execute on that. So that's would have been just a pure structure-based trade on the New Zealand. Let's take a peek at the pairs. Yen is racing to the high side, and near-term structure. This again is my near-term resistance. Which I believe as well is at that 50% level, that zone. Yeah, we are at that zone, and at 50%. Right. Pound GBP, it's just aggressively selling off. Also quite aggressively as well. CAD, Euro, Yen. And the trade I would have just executed on, because it's with the current trade, it's like a momentum type trade on the Euro Yen. So let's just see when we expire. All right, so let's just get ready for the Euro Yen trade. All right. Right. We are in pound GBP 60. Got a buy signal, but we could see continued pressure down to structure. Euro Yen. In terms of right. Let's see. And getting some selling pressure and structure. Okay. All right, so pretty much hitting a double bottom. And that's what. Bullish. Euro USD. Bullish. All right. So far we have lost 3 trades. So again, losing is part of trading, because if you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades in a row, right? So it's possible to lose that much. Okay. Let's see if we close lower than this. Then we pretty much will be putting new struggles. We are gonna get this. And the euro yen is moving largely to the high side. So that price is way down. We've got about a minute. That trade. And then there's a bit of structure as well. Okay, not much on the dollar CAD in terms of structure. Pretty much ours started to test resistance. So that trade